The message for Game 2 on April 27th against the Huskies was quite simple. Race out to an early lead, and that's exactly what the Diggers did. When Jason Radke led off the game with a walk, went to second on a passed ball, to third on a wild pitch. Jose Aguilar proceeded to walk. Bryson Miller's double drove in Radke for a 1-0 Brush advantage. Adam Brungart was at the plate, looking to drive in one, maybe two.
The wind and the pitch, and he swings and lines it into right center field. That's a base hit. That ball is going to bounce all the way to the fence. Brungart to second. Aguilar is in. Right behind him is Miller. It's a 2-run double for Adam Brungart. Brush 3, and the Huskies nothing.
It was Brush 4, Highland nothing when Brungart later scored on a wild pitch. 3 batters later, Adam Alexander and Brett Okeson were hit by pitches. That set the stage for Tomas Perez.
Fastball lined up the middle for a base hit. Let's see if Greenwood, who stumbled around third, can score. Now he's around third. The third of the plate is offline. Okeson to third. It'll be Perez into second on the RBI single. The Beetdiggers lead 5-0.
Highland wanted to get out of that jam, but Jason Radke wouldn't let them.
The pitch to Radke. He swings and lines it into short center field. That's a base hit. Okeson is in. Here comes Tomas Perez. The ball gets by the center fielder Martinez. Radke is into second. It's 7-0 Beetdiggers.
Now the question was, could the Diggers finish as quickly as they started? Let's find out as we go to the bottom of the first inning when Highland scored 3 runs, and that's because the Beetdiggers committed 4 errors, and all of a sudden it was a 7-3 game. The Diggers scored an unearned run in the top of the second inning, making it 8-3. However, Highland came right back in the bottom of the second with 3 more runs, fueled by a 2-run triple from Joey Rahuric, and after 2, it was Brush 8, Highland 6. The Beetdiggers did not score in the top of the third inning, the only half inning that a run was not scored in this game. The Huskies capitalized with 2 in the bottom of the third inning to deadlock the game at 8. The Diggers were looking to grab the lead back in the top of the fourth when Bryson Miller singled, and Joe Ginther, 2 hitters later, was inside the box.
Swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. That one is going to land. Bryson Miller around third. He is going to score, and the Beetdiggers are going to lead 9-8 as that ball gets to the screen. Joe Ginther takes off for second with the RBI single, and the Diggers now have the lead once again.
Yeah, but that lead lasted for just a few minutes, as in the bottom of the fourth inning, Highland scored 2 more runs on a double from Kyle Cole and a run-scoring single for Ben Duran in a 10-9 ball game that Brush would eventually tie in the top of the fifth at 10 on a sacrifice fly from Bryson Miller. In the bottom of the fifth inning, a couple of singles and 2 Beetdigger walks gave Highland 2 more runs, and it was 12-10. The Diggers countered with an unearned run in the top of the sixth inning, closing to within 1 at 12-11. But 3 insurance runs for Highland were huge in the bottom of the sixth inning as they got out to a 15-11 lead. The big hit, a 2-run single by Jason Martinez. Charlie Greenwood, who was a courtesy runner after Bryson Miller doubled in the 7th inning, was able to score on a wild pitch, but that was the only run the Diggers scored in the 7th inning. They lost the game 15-12, snapping their 7-game winning streak in district play. The Diggers now finished their regular season with a record of 10-9 overall and 7-3 in the Northern Plains District. If Coach Muniz said it once, he said it 1,000 times. Pitching and defense wins baseball games, and that was never more evident than on April 30th in the opening round of the Northern Plains District Tournament at Sunset Park, with the Beetdiggers, the number 2 seed, facing the 7 seed, the Yuma Indians. Runs were at a premium in this one, but the Diggers got on the board in the bottom of the second inning when, with 1 out, Mitch Muniz singled, stole second, and was still there when Brett Okeson was trying to break the scoreless tie.
Lyon will wind. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, no score. Breaking ball is lined. Base hit into center field. Scoring is Mitch Muniz, and the Beetdiggers lead 1-0 on the RBI single by Brett Okeson.
Bryson Miller did not allow a base hit until the top of the third inning. A questionable single by the 9th place hitter Joel Gallegos. In the bottom of the third inning, with the Diggers still holding that 1-0 edge, there were 2 outs, and Adam Brungart looking to supply some power.
1-2 the count here on Brungart. 2 outs and nobody on for the Diggers in the bottom of the third inning. Lyon delivers, and Brungart swings, and he skies one well out to left center field. This ball's well hit. This one is going to be out of here. A home run for Adam Brungart. to left center field, and the Beetdiggers lead it 2-0.
And Miller was only getting stronger on the mound, striking out the side in the top of the fifth inning. In the bottom of the fifth, Miller got the third run across for the Diggers on a sacrifice fly, scoring Jose Aguilar, who singled earlier in the inning. Miller finally allowed a legitimate base hit in the top of the seventh inning when, with one out, Tyson Brown sent the ball back through the box into center field. The next hitter was Trent Heberlein.
If Miller can last year without throwing more than 75 pitches, it'd be a successful outing. The stretch. The 2-1 to Heberlein. He swings and chops it over the middle. Alexander gets it, steps to the back for one, throws to first, two, and the game is over. How fitting was that? That Adam Alexander turns a double play all by himself, and the Beetdiggers win the game by a score of 3-0. No runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left.
It was certainly the Alexander and Miller show. For Alexander, 7 assists and a putout from the shortstop position. Miller throws a complete game two-hitter, striking out 8, his 6th win of the season for Coach Muniz.
He's hot right now, and we knew he could get the job done today, and he'll be ready Friday. But defensively, defense wins ball games, and I'll tell you what, they couldn't have played it any better today. Alexander at shortstop, I mean, he was a busy man. That shot straightaway center, I didn't know what to expect on that one, but he got it, and that's great.
The Diggers upped their record to 11-9 overall and advanced to the semifinals of the Northern Plains District Tournament. In the semifinals of the Northern Plains District Tournament at Eddie Underwood American Legion Field in Fort Morgan on May the 3rd against the D'Evelyn Jaguars, the Beetdiggers went with their ace once again in Bryson Miller. Neither team scored through 2.5 innings, but the Diggers had an opportunity in the bottom of the third when, with 2 out, Jason Radke tripled, and Jose Aguilar was up next.
Cavell delivers, and there's a swing, a fly ball hit out to center field. Running to his right is Dons. It's going to go over his head and go all the way up to the fence. Aguilar around first. He's on his way to second. He's going to get there, and the Beetdiggers lead 1-0 on a double by Jose Aguilar.
But the Jaguars did not waste any time in tying the game when, in the top of the fourth, Tom Wagner singled, stole second, and would later score. In the top of the fifth inning, the game would change the entire Beetdigger season. There were 2 out, 2 on, and Tom Wagner once again at the plate, and Bryson Miller thought he had a called strike 3, but it was not granted. On the very next pitch, Wagner hit a 2-run double, and the Jaguars claimed a 3-1 advantage. They eventually put the game away with 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning, fueled by a double from Nate Gillespie and 2 Beetdigger errors. D'Evelyn won the game by a 6-1 score as Scott Cavell and the relief pitcher for the Jaguars, Jay Sonniff, held the Beetdiggers to just 3 base hits. Nonetheless, it was an exciting and successful season for the Beetdiggers, who finished with a record of 11 wins and 10 losses. Their lineup for the last game of the season had Bryson Miller on the mound, who was also a first baseman. The catcher was Joe Genther, who caught every single inning this season. At first base was Jason Radke, who also played shortstop throughout the year. The second baseman was Brett Okeson. Adam Alexander, their number 2 pitcher, was at short. Over at third was Jorge Fierro, who did an excellent job for the Diggers. And left field was Jose Aguilar, the center fielder Mitch Muniz. And in right was Tomas Perez. The leading hitter for the Diggers, who also played some third base, was Adam Brungard. Congratulations to all of the Beetdiggers, and thanks for catching the action on AM 1010 KSIR and on the internet at KSIR.com. Until next season, I'm John Beltran.